So this is Erica. And I'm laughing because it's so funny when you find something that's like right in front of your face that you've been looking for, and all of a sudden you're like, oh my gosh, it's right in front of my face. So I wanted to give you some keys to happiness. And this just showed up for me in my head today. I've been teaching happiness since about 2010. And it came out of, I'd been business coaching. And then I kept finding out that people were doing better if they were happier. So I wrote a book about prospect when you're happy, and everyone's like, well, how do you get to happiness? And I was like, well, you get there on your, everyone gets there by themselves. Like everyone gets there in their own journey, and that like wasn't enough. So then I wrote happiness quotations to help people just really start shifting into happiness so they can be in expansion, and then they do better in their business. So that's kind of the genesis of that. But here's 3 keys you can take right now. And I'm super delighted to share this with you. So the first one is to release other people's stuff. So just for an example, about 4 o'clock this morning, I woke up and I was thinking about a book that I'm helping produce with a writer. And I just woke up kind of thinking about it. Now, I don't usually get up till 5. So then I get up at 5 and there's a message from the designer with the most recent copy of the book and a message from the author kind of asking for that. So as I'm laying in bed, I'm filled with their stuff. Do you see? And it popped into my head kind of unbidden and unasked. Now, it was meaningful because it wasn't wrong. But all I'm saying is we don't really realize how often we're carrying around other people's stuff in our head until at some point we have to take that stuff out so we can have clarity and peace. So when you're thinking a thought that's looping or you're kind of like in a space that's not really working for you, just let go of other people's stuff. Just take a minute and say, is this mine or is this like someone else's? And some of this you can also find in the body of work of Access Consciousness around that. Okay, cool. The next one is listen to your inner guidance. So we have an inner guidance. Yeah. When we stop self-criticizing and we stop beating ourselves up and we stop just blah, blah, all the, self-hatred, my breasts are too big or my butt's too big. My kids are so funny. Like one of them thinks her butt's too small and it's like she's got a really great body and she's like all worried about her butt. So all those things that are like other people's judgments and society's judgments and how well you're doing, how badly you're doing, how you're ranking yourself all the time, all that stuff you can now just kind of go, oh, all that stuff clouds your awareness and your inner guidance. Okay. So as we just shift out of whatever daily worries are preoccupying your brain here and here and here, all the different places we have our brain, just take a moment and let it go. And that inner guidance, it's yours. It's like your birthright. Like you can't not have it. You do have it. It's going to show itself to you in lots of different ways. And what you want to do is just kind of keep tuning into it. You want to keep tuning into that inner guidance. Whenever you're in a crossroads, one of my friends, Kathy, yesterday sent me this, well, if I choose this, what will my life look like in 5 years? Okay. And that's also from Access Consciousness. So it's a beautiful question. I was like, oh my gosh, it's such a beautiful question. If I choose this, what will my life look like in 5 years? And so this is going to be your inner guidance. Sometimes your inner guidance is going to show you things that are crazy. Like I got shown this book that I'm doing that's coming out in October wants to have a red carpet event in Hollywood. I'm like, huh, and I happen to know people that can do that with me. I happen to have friends that can pull that off. So I was like, wow, that was an interesting inner guidance. Now am I going to follow it? Well, now that I put this on video, I sure better, right? So follow the inner guidance. And this means sometimes you're going to be climbing some steep hills. And then as you do this, it's just so freeing because when you're on your inner guidance, like it can't be taken from you. It's like yours. Does that make sense? That's beautiful. And then the third one, I'm just going to ask you to expand your energy out and connect to the whole, connect to the earth, connect to the planet, connect to the entire world, connect to the planets beyond ours, connect to all the gifts that might be willing to come to you if you are willing and open to be expanded in your energy. This is a major key to happiness. Expansion. Now, you can do this in line at the grocery store. You can do this when you're stuck in traffic. You can let go of other people's stuff. You can listen to your inner guidance, like maybe it'll say, take a different route or something like that. And then you can go ahead and expand your energy out and then pull energy to you from the universe for your day. Yeah. It's really something where it eases some of the stress around any one outcome. When you're in this happiness space, it's like it eases the stress around any one solution or any one thing you need to fix. Do you see? Yeah, I love it. So go and have a beautiful day and see what you can do to feel a little teeny bit more happiness. See if you can choose a little bit more joy today and see what that does. Awesome.